Hello, very good morning to all of you. Namaskar, Pranam. We wish you all a very happy International Yoga Day. Today, we all have not gathered here. Of course, we all have not gathered here at one place to celebrate this International Yoga Day as we were doing earlier, previously in previous years and all. Collectively in group we were performing yoga, but today, due to some unavoidable circumstances, you all are aware that due to this COVID-19 outbreak, we are in a position to, you can say, we are not in a position to celebrate this International Yoga Day with all our friends. So no problem, even if this you can say pandemic has made us little bit panic, we will not be losing our heart, we will not get disappointed in any manner, and we will celebrate this yoga also. Why? Because this yoga is it has emerged as one of the major, you can say, not in the form of medicine, of course in the form of medicine also. Here we are not taking something orally, but due to performance of various exercises and asanas, pranayams, we are in a position to defeat this corona. Yes, of course, yoga has proved very much effective in defeating corona and reducing the impact of this coronavirus effect and boosting our immune system more and more. So let us celebrate this International Yoga Day by performing yoga asanas and yoga pranayams, by making it as an integral part of our life, compulsorily. We should be making it as integral part of our life. That is the main requirement now, and every day we must take in place. Every day we have to practice some of the yoga asanas and pranayams on a regular manner. So we wish you all, our staff and students of Vinayaka Missions Kripananda Variyar Engineering College, wish everybody, wish complete humanity of this world a very happy International Yoga Day. My special thanks to our Honorable Pro-Chancellor, Vinayaka Missions Research Foundation, deemed to be University, Honorable Dr. S. Saravanan, and Dr. A. Nagappan, Principal, Vinayaka Missions Kripananda Variyar Engineering College, for motivating us, encouraging us in a continuous manner to adopt this yoga practices, to adopt all yoga asanas and pranayams on a periodical basis, on a regular basis every day, to keep ourselves healthy. Being a doctor, our Honorable Pro-Chancellor, he used to put special emphasis on this particular aspect. He used to ask all his staff, not only his staff and family, to perform yoga asanas. In previous years, we performed in group. We celebrated International Yoga Day in much more, you can say, much more better manner by assembling at one place in the ground of Vinayaka Missions Research Foundation, deemed to be University, and performing yoga asanas. All staffs were involving, all staff of VMRFDU were involving themselves in performing these asanas. So my special thanks to management of Vinayaka Missions Research Foundation, deemed to be University, and to my principal. So let us proceed forward for performing the asanas, especially today. But as I told, not especially for today only we should do the yoga asanas. Every day we should do. Every day. It's for every day. Preferably in the morning and evening, we must perform this yoga asanas and pranayams to keep our body healthy. A healthy body, then healthy mind. To keep the mind and soul united. That yoga means what? Unite, join. To keep the body and soul united. Work in coordination. It is called coordination with each other, which joins complete humanity. Let us adopt it completely. Make it as integral part. Like hand, it is an integral part. Cannot be separated. Similarly, yoga asanas should be made completely integral part. And make the theme of this year yoga for family, yoga at home. Yoga at home. Today, not in public places, yoga at home. So, thank you very much for joining me for this wonderful session on performing yoga asanas. Once again, a very happy International Yoga Day to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. So, International Yoga Day, we are celebrating on 21st June. We all staff and students of Vinayaka Mission's Kripananda Variyar Engineering College, we are performing yoga asanas and pranayams in our home. Theme of International Yoga Day, that is yoga for family and yoga at home. Various types of asanas for a healthy body and mind. A step of Surya Namaskar, the very first step. I have already performed in my video. Just these are still pictures I am showing to you. In detail, I have already discussed in video. So it is also one of the step of Surya Namaskar, Sashtanga Asana. Okay. This is also one step where we are moving towards Parvattasana. Parvattasana. Then we will be going for Ashwasanchalanasana. So Surya Namaskar consists of many steps, many asanas in it. Almost all 12 steps are there in this Surya Namaskar. This is Bhujanga Asana in Surya Namaskar. Bhujang means cobra. So it is also called as cobra pose, where the hand should not be brought completely straight. We should not be keeping our full body support on our hand. So elbow little bit it will be having that bend also. This is called Kati Chakrasana, means where we rotate our waist. Okay, so Kati means waist, Chakrasana means chakra means we are rotating. So chakra means wheel, just like a wheel, rotation of the body from the waist is called Kati Chakrasana. Then Tadasana. Tada means palm tree, and this asana makes our complete body to get stretched. We have to lift our body, we have to stand on our toes completely. The hand, arms of the hand, it should be touching our ears, and it is giving a good stretch to the human body. And for children especially, it is very good. If they are performing regularly, their height will be increasing, and even it makes our body slim. This is called Trikonasana. So Trikonasana means we give the shape of a triangle to the human body, to our body, in which one hand is moving towards touching the feet, and another hand we used to raise, and we used to look towards the raised hand, and giving the shape of a triangle. This is called Trikonasana. Trikon means triangle. Okay, tri means three and cone means angles. So triangle is having three angles. So the same, it is triangular asana or Trikonasana. This is the step of Vajrasana, and we have to sit down on our legs in the pose what it is shown in the picture. Okay, by keeping our both legs at the back, then we have to give full support of our body. We have to keep our body straight. Then we have to raise both hands upwards. We have to tilt our body towards back with the raised hand as far as possible, as far as we can. Those who are not in a position to do it like this, they may adopt this particular method where with one hand they will be holding their toe and another hand they can raise, and they can raise it as far as possible towards back. So this is step of Vajrasana. This is called Manduk Asana, which is very much useful for diabetic patients or the person you can say who is on the verge of becoming diabetic also. And before that, what it is done, so by inhaling a deep breath, we are keeping both our hands with fist closed, okay, by the side of the stomach, and we press as if that pancreas are getting pressed. In this process, pancreas are getting pressed, and which are making that pancreatic system to work in a better manner. We know that pancreas secrete insulin hormone, which is the main reason for diabetes, creating any type of diabetic problem in our human body. So this Manduk Asana, especially, it is very much useful for prevention of diabetes. And even after diabetic, a patient is diabetic, and regular exercise, regular performance of this particular asana will make the person to get cured from this diabetes. This is called Purvatasana. Even Paschimottanasana is also there. Paschimottanasana I have not shown here. I have performed, but I have not taken picture, right? This is called Purvatasana, where we used to keep our hands at the back, and then we used to raise our full body upwards. Simultaneously, the head will be moving downwards. That is called Purvatasana. So Purvatasana and Paschimottanasana both are performed together, as both are opposite to each other. This is the step of Pavan Muktasana, where with one leg we can do. Even with both legs also we can raise it, and we can pull both legs towards our chest as far as possible, simultaneously trying to touch the knee with our nose. So everything, this asanas and all, it should be done with controlled breathing. So the controlled breathing is very much important in all type of yoga asanas. So inhalation and exhalation at a particular rhythm is very much useful. I will suggest that if anybody wants to perform any type of specific yoga asana, general yoga asana you can do in your home, but specifically if you want to do some asanas and all, then you please take the help of trained gurus, trained yoga gurus. Okay, right. So this is called Pavan Muktasana. Pavan means air, Muktasana means getting released. So any type of air blockage in our body will make it to get released. This is called Sarvangasana, where whole body is getting lifted up with the legs should be kept straight. From the waist it is lifted up, the body complete body is being lifted up, and the complete body support is being taken care of by our hand. which is kept by the side of it, and full body is lifted up. This is called Sarvangasana. Sarvangasana means all body parts are getting involved in this particular asana. Another one is called Bhujang Asana. So it is already we have discussed one step of Surya Namaskar. This particular asana is, and Bhujang Asana separately also we can perform. This is actually Cobra pose, where the body should not be lifted up completely. The only chest will be coming up and head should be looking forward. It should be placed in such position. Okay, and both hands should not be raised more so that full body support is coming on hand. No, the elbow must have bend with it. This is called Bhujangasana. All the asanas we must perform some 10 to 12 times. Then it will be certainly producing a very good effect on our health. Shavasana. Shav means dead body. It is just like dead body. It is for relaxation. So the body is given full relaxation. It's not that the body should completely be made to work all the time. We must have relaxation also, because relaxation of body organs also makes it to have or store energy for next course of action. So this Shavasana, actually it is for meditation, or we can say to keep the concentration focused at one place. So this is Savasana, in which no activity is being performed, fully relaxed body, hands are kept by the side of us and eyes are closed. Sometimes people they say that we may go in deep sleep. No problem, we can go for deep sleep. That is very good. After performing all the asanas, generally this Savasana used to be at the last asana, this Shavasana, where we have to keep our body completely relaxed, and even if we have slept for some time, it will be giving a very sound sleep, and after that our full body will have a new energy. Then pranayams especially for making our respiratory system healthy. All pranayams are there. We have discussed 3 pranayams which are generally very much useful. Anulom Vilom. With one nostril closed, with another nostril, inhalation takes place. The oxygen is being taken in. We used to breathe in. Then holding it for some time, that is also very important. And then the nostril which was closed, it is opened. The nostril which was opened earlier, through which we have inhaled, that has to be closed by rotating our finger, and then exhalation has to be done with the nostril opened. So in this way, alternate nostrils are closed and opened for inhalation and exhalation. This inhalation and exhalation, actually generally it used to be in the ratio 1:2. Means the amount of exhalation, the amount of carbon dioxide we must release out from our body, it should be 2 times of the air which we have inhaled. Right? So this is Anulom Vilom. Then comes Kapalbhati, in which we used to breathe in and then we used to hold it for some time. This holding of breath is very important. The more longer you will be able to hold the breath, the more effective this particular asana is. These all asanas makes you to have an idea of our respiratory system, whether it is working or whether it is healthy or not, if it is working properly or not. So all these informations we get. If we face any type of difficulty in performing this particular pranayams, it means some problem is there in our respiratory system and we need to take little help. Those who are having ailments in their body, like they are suffering from blood pressures and all, they should do with very easy steps and all, and very easily, very relaxed position they should do. They should not put any undue pressure or force on their body to do the pranayams and asanas. But yes, of course, for everybody, these asanas and pranayams are helpful. Another one is called Bhastrika, in which we exhale more amount of air repeatedly. We make our body to exhale the carbon dioxide. So it is for cleansing the body actually. So this Anulom Vinom, Kapal Bhati, Bhastrika, all these exercises are giving a cleanup to our body organs, especially to the respiratory system related to alveoli and then trachea, bronchioles, which are there in our lungs, and whatever unwanted products are there in the body, that will be getting exhaled. More amount of oxygen will be entering. If more amount of oxygen is there in our body, a good amount of circulation we will have, blood circulation we will have. Due to that blood circulation, more amount of energy will be produced, and all our organs will have an effective working for its work. Okay, right. So thank you very much. Wish you all a very happy International Yoga Day with the theme Yoga for Family, Yoga at Home. Be safe and stay healthy. Thank you very much.